Hallo en welkom bij de online uitzending van de 14e editie van het FASHIONCLASH Festival. Ik ben Joost Horwaard, ik ben theatermaker, coördinator van de regieopleiding in de Toneelacademie Maastricht en al vanaf de eerste editie betrokken bij FASHIONCLASH Festival. Het programma dat ik ga aankondigen heet New Fashion Narratives Part 1 at Bureau Europa. New Fashion Narratives staat voor de huidige generatie ontwerpers die mode opvatten als missie. Ze onderzoeken de grenzen van hun discipline, bevragen maatschappelijke systemen en specifiek de mode-industrie. De expositie in Bureau Europa is een internationale selectie, gecureerd door FASHIONCLASH in samenwerking met het progressieve Nederlandse mode-, kunst- en muziekplatform Glamcult. Met dit expositieprogramma worden eigentijdse thema's en vernieuwende projecten geïntroduceerd en daarmee nieuwe narratieven voor mode gecreëerd. Ik wens je veel kijkplezier. Wil je ook de andere programma-onderdelen van FASHIONCLASH Festival terugkijken? Dat kan op dit platform of bezoek www.fashionclash.nl.
Hi, we decided to join FASHIONCLASH exhibition because we are activistic fashion brand. And we come here to raise the awareness about the issue of the clothes. Because fashion industry, our lovely fashion industry, burn 94 million clothes yearly. And we decided we have to do something with it. And therefore we started this collection when we took leftover fabrics, which should be burned or landfilled, and we proving that with this technique called fire piping, we can make new garments, and showing that even those who should be burned, we can recreate into new stuff. The reason why it's activistic because our main slogan is fucking stop burning clothes, and the reason also why these mannequins are hanging here is because we believe that fashion industry is actually tightening their own ropes, and so we have to change it, and that's actually us.
Hi, my name is SUFI. I am a women's wear designer. I have a small label called SUFI, and within SUFI I work with natural materials. Also, I use a lot of natural dyes. I dye a lot of the clothing that I make myself, and the materials that I use, I look very carefully at where they come from. In the past year I did a research into local wool. And for this research I gathered wool from different shepherds here in the region of Limburg, where I'm also based. And this wool I had processed into yarn and also into plates. And the results of my research can be seen here at New Fashion Narratives of FASHIONCLASH Festival.
Okay, so my name is Aure and I graduated from the Design Academy in Eindhoven with the project Eat the Rich. The project Eat the Rich is a collection of garments that refers aesthetically and symbolically to popular classes like a football jersey or working overall, and I embroidered meme sentences on them. And so the project is meant as a sarcastic take on the commodification of lower classes aesthetics by luxury fashion. And so basically the same way a meme works by the juxtaposition of an image and a sentence together, creating a new narrative. Here I kind of replace the image by a garment. And it's a little bit from this combination of the garment and the sentence that the comic twist can happen and makes it possible to question the way we perceive and fetish luxury fashion nowadays.
Within the infinity of the artificial skin, we investigate how digital fashion can play a role if a virtual network such as the metaverse will mix with reality. So we can imagine that if we also live in the digital space, that this can reflect our self-image and also influence our identity. So within this project we created 10 pieces. We created 10 real-life pieces, but also 10 digital pieces. These pieces in real life are created with digital manufacturing techniques such as 3D printing. And the digital pieces are created with algorithms.
We're the art collective BOSMAN, and we're presenting a Nowhere collection, which consists of synesthetic sleeves, which are sonic fashion experiences. And this project challenges how physicality and wearability can be achieved with sound as a material and by transferring design information between our senses. And we aim to design digital clothing that creates truly haptic experiences and visceral sensations in the real world. Achieve that through auditory stimulation and multisensory design.
Hello, my name is Marlou Bruls and I'm the founder of House of Rubber. House of Rubber is an interdisciplinary design studio based in Amsterdam, and we are now at FASHIONCLASH Festival with Lady in Rock. Lady in Rock is a 2-year project which we made entirely in our own studio in Amsterdam. It's a 2 by 3 meter tufted sculpture, and as you can see it is inspired by a rug. There's also some robotics in this sculpture, and this is because we want to question how the human body, fashion, but also everyday objects can be combined, combining different disciplines to question what fashion can be and can become. Well, we hope you enjoy the exhibition and hope to see you somewhere else soon. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dara Benno, and I'm a multidisciplinary designer from New York. I am excited to be exhibiting my graduate thesis work from Rhode Island School of Design called the In Case of Emergency Flood Garment. The garment, which is made of repurposed shower curtains, is a statement piece about adaptation and self-expression in the face of our global climate crisis. In my research, I was examining how the mundane objects that we live with and wear can start to transform to better support both the individual and the community. Made of shareable parts, the garment acts as both a functional declaration of resilience and empowerment, and starts to imagine how we can live with preparatory objects as the climate emergency is already here.
My name is Denzel Veerkamp. I studied at the Willemars Academy in Rotterdam. I graduated there this summer. Behind me is my graduation work, which looks very playful and colorful. The concept behind the garments is actually quite serious. It is about my double cultural background, which is both Surinamese and Dutch. And this resulted in me feeling somewhat afloat between two contrasting worlds for the bigger part of my life. And I translated all these thoughts and questions and frustrations actually into the collection, reading a lot of literature. I also found out about some fact that a lot of people don't know, which is the Berlin Conference of 1884. This is the moment in history where the European imperial rulers divided the whole continent of Africa by using a ruler. So what I did is deconstruct all these second-hand clothes in partnership with the Salvation Army by using a ruler, and therefore expressing these problematic things that we need to look at. So it is very important for me to open up these conversations of how we need to improve ourselves in this manner.
I'm Fanny and I'm the designer for ZOLI. For Clash, I've looked at my own upbringing and growing up in two different cultures, an experience that a lot of people have in common these days, and what this exposure to different cultures does to a person and help build their identity and self. So I looked at 90s Austrian ski jackets and combined them with old Hungarian cloths, from tablecloths, pillowcases, and cut them up in shapes derived from Hungarian folklore. So the combination of the two have a quite contrasting outcome, but just as beautiful and rich. If you want to see more of my work, go to my Instagram at zoli.london.
Hi, my name is Luca Berger. I'm 18 and I won Kunstspende in 2021. Because of that, I had the possibility to make an exhibition here at Fashion Clash. My work is called Ploy, and it's about how people view clothing. In general, I really like how sentimental value or sentimental memories get added to clothing and it becomes something special. For the outsider, this is not visible, and that's what I wanted to do with my project Ploy. I had to find a technical way to do this, and this was very hard because sentimental memory or sentimental value is not something in reality. It's not something you can touch. So I decided to use the material felt, and if you wet felt and steam it, you can make an imprint, and that's how I did it. And I really like about this project is, as a viewer, you can add your own memory or your own story if you look at it. And for me, I know my story behind this, but I really like that the viewer can have his own perception, and that's it.
I'm Mehdi, and I'm the designer of this project that is named Tube. It means wood in Farsi, in my language, and it shows the integration of the immigrants in the abstract way in the destination cultures, in the ways that I just took an immigrant like a piece of wood and I tried to make a abstract clothing from that. And the bodies are just taken as a starting point, and I just try to make it objects. They are more the objects and abstract clothing.
Hi, I'm Anne Bosman.
I'm SCHEPERS.
We know each other from Artes Arnhem, where we both studied. After that, I went to London to study at St. Martin's in London.
I attended IFM in Paris.
And after that, we founded SCHEPERS BOSMAN in 2017.
We design, develop and produce all of our collections in the Netherlands. We recently moved our studio to the southern Netherlands from Amsterdam.
And now we're based here in the south of Limburg, which is a former mining area where we're based at, and it's also a big inspiration for our latest collection and work. What we do.
And this installation also.
Yeah.
My name is Pablo of the Willemars, and here I present my work Beste Reizigers Coupé 2. It depicts two individuals sitting in a silent train coupé. They're both dressed in my graduation collection Beste Reizigers. It's inspired by the hectic Dutch train culture. Both my parents, grandfather and great-grandfathers are employed by the Nederlandse Spoorwegen. And I grew up in this crazy train family with stuffed pillows and miniature train sets to play with. And this led me to design this collection.
Hello, welcome to the DOMINIK pop-in at the Nonna for this year's FASHIONCLASH. It's the third time that we are taking part of this, and we have a very nice new collection in a new space that we found because someone was so nice to let us in and use the pizzeria. We go up the stairs right in the pizzeria, and then on the first floor we have a little expo that you can see that we did in the storage space while the dough is being squeezed. You can see that there's a lot of tomato puree and also stuff that we made. And then if you go on, you go to the shop upstairs to find us and see our new collection.